This is the first house I've seen that has Halloween decorations actually up in their yard, and these are actually some old friends of mine I've talked about a few times in the past. I got their cemetery fence up and a few of their tombstones. Very cool. Halloween! So that house is actually only about 6 blocks away from where I live. Like I said, they are friends of mine. A long time ago at a make and take, I met them about an hour away or so. We were talking, and we realized we lived really close to each other. So they're really cool. Hopefully, I'll get to talk to them this Halloween season. But they're the first people I've seen that have anything up in their yard in my area. Since then, tonight, me and Katie took a walk, and we saw two other houses like a block and a half away from our house that had their stuff up. So I'll show that, in a video maybe like on Wednesday or so. But Monday night, October 1st, we're going to put up the few things in our front yard at, our house, not here, the haunt location. Just some skulls and cauldron and a few tombstones, just, basic, small stuff, nothing fancy. But we'll be doing that Monday night. And right now I'm over here to work on the haunt, but I'm going to bloody up a few more of the pumpkins just to show you an idea. You can kind of tell a little bit better in this light, just to give them a little bit more, a diverse color to them. It's not, anything amazing. They're not huge drips of blood down them, but just to give them a little bit more of a unique look to them. I'm going to do that to all of them. So I'm going to do a few of those pumpkins, and then I think I'm going to start work on the front guest bedroom window. Well, that room, which I need to move a lot of stuff around in. That'll be the first major project to start working on. I'm going to try to maybe do that tonight as well. So let me get to work. I got 4 more pumpkins done. These 2 little guys in the front and the 2 bigger ones. That leaves me with this one with the knives in it. Needs some new blood. Those 4 little guys. That medium one. And I think there's a couple over there on the other side of the bed maybe. But now I'm going to go start moving shit in that room. The first thing I got to do is move all of the cardboard trees and a couple pillars and I think a few other random things from underneath this bed. Basically, I have to stack them on the bed and then go about trying to move all this furniture that's in this room, a couple nightstands and some of the dressers and stuff over here. I have to try to move them as close to the closet as I can. I don't need anything else out of that closet for this year. This is why I'm starting so early, because I have to be able to still work in the front part of this house, but I need to move all this friggin' furniture out of the way, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. These are big cardboard columns. Obviously, they're made to look like stone. I have 2 of them, and they have these like topper pieces, and there's bottom pieces on the ground down there. They actually look fairly decent in the dark. I mean, yes, they are cardboard, but the printing on them with low light looks fairly good. These were for Spirit Halloween 2 years ago for like a cemetery entrance, and they had like a cemetery arch that went above them. I didn't take the cemetery arch because it was literally like really thin, cheap cardboard. But the columns are fairly nice, so I didn't get a chance to use them last year due to weather. I used them the year before, though. This year, I hope to use them in the cemetery on either side of this bench that's outside. I'm going to put some like spider webbing or some moss or something across them, and then some flaming little lanterns on top of them. So hopefully they'll get used this year. These fake trees won't be used this year. I have like 15 or 16 of them, including a bunch of stumps. I will use at least one of the stumps this year, but I mentioned months and months and months ago that if and when I ever get to use like the garage for the haunt, I will make a forest in there out of all those fake trees, and I want to build a little cabin and have like a winding path that goes through there, but that ain't happening anytime soon. So until then, they're just so big and so such an inconvenience to have to put together on Halloween. They have to go up on Halloween Day because honestly, a little bit of moisture, especially in Florida with the humidity, those things soak up moisture and they just collapse. They'll just turn to mush so they can only go outside if it's not too wet, if there's a really low humidity, and they have to go out on Halloween, otherwise they're just going to be destroyed. So I skipped last year and I'm skipping this year of using them as well. I'm going to wait until I can use them in the garage. Like I said, not anytime soon though. I found these under that bed also. My foot pads, my step pads, and a bunch of push buttons. I'll definitely be using some of those this year. I think I'm done in here for tonight. I got all the stuff pulled off underneath the bed. I've picked up some of like the waste bins and some random like a hat rack and stuff that were in here and moved them out. I'm gonna need some help moving the bed. It's a really old wooden bed and I don't want to like, you know, break it or anything, so I need to wait till I have some help to move that. And there's a few other things I want to get done tonight as well. So for right now, just to give you kind of an idea, this bed will be moved up against this closet, and all this furniture in here, including a little nightstand, will be probably moved out of this room. Or if I can fit some of the shit on the bed, but I don't really know how I'm going to do that. But I'm going to need from about here in the room all the way over. I'm going to need all this space for what I want to do this year. And I have it all mapped out in my head, but it doesn't really matter until I actually start building it, because I need 2 ladders, like 14 pieces of 2x4, yada yada yada. But until I actually start putting it all together, the dimensions and stuff could be a little off. So we'll see if my math was good, which I can guarantee it's not going to be. The last thing I wanted to get done tonight is remove some of these bases on some of the crows. You know, just pop the base off and leave the wiring on the feet, because I want to have some of them sitting on top of some of the pumpkins. Some of them are going to be dead crows and some of them will be living crows. But with the bases on them, they're not going to look too good, you know, sitting on top of the pumpkin with a base. So I'll stab these, you know, into the pumpkin, and that way, if you notice, there's little holes in some of the pumpkins. Those are where the rebar stuck through in previous years. None of them will be on rebar this year. So it'll sort of look like the crows were pecking at the pumpkins and eating them. And I might even try to lean them forward or put their beaks really close to little holes, just for extra little bit of detail. But yes, I am also storing the dead crows and the living crows in the bathroom, because I have no more friggin' space. I'm trying to move some of the stuff from the bed that's in here out into the family room now, but I don't want to move too much out there because I won't have any workspace out there. So I think this is the last thing I'm going to do here tonight, move a couple more bases, and then I'm going to go home and work on the last arm for the demon boarded up window. Here is the bone structure of the arm. I got it all completed. He's going to have a really sharp, pointy elbow, and then he's only going to have 3 fingers, but they're going to be really long. I'm out of the packing paper that I need to actually make the meat on this guy, so I need to have Katie bring me some more home. So do that, Katie, please. And so that's it for tonight, guys. Talk to you later. Peace. Peace.